Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at the 12 motorcycles you can now buy for almost nothing. Number 12, Kawasaki Eliminator. The Kawasaki Eliminator has run into a massive sales wall across regional dealerships, transforming from a highly anticipated newcomer into an absolute inventory headache for floor managers. Showroom tracking data reveals that consumers are actively abandoning this lightweight platform in favor of less expensive, locally manufactured middleweight cruisers, leaving imported crates to gather thick layers of dust in back warehouses. To completely stop the bleeding and hit structural delivery numbers, regional distributors have rolled out aggressive, immediate factory-backed cash discounts, cutting deep into retail prices. The dealer panic surrounding this model is magnified by high initial dealer invoice metrics that left shops with paper-thin margins, forcing sales managers to aggressively chop margins completely to zero just to release cash flow. The bike features standard conveniences like an assist-and slipper clutch, a lightweight trellis frame layout, and integrated Bluetooth telemetry modules that tech-savvy urban commuters appreciate. However, because it completely failed to generate long-term lifestyle traction against aggressive domestic alternatives, floor managers are desperate to cut losses. Walking in with a pre-approved finance plan allows you to name your own terms on this agile machine, making it a stellar financial opportunity for pragmatic enthusiasts. Number 11, BMW R18. The BMW R18 represents a massive multi-million-dollar calculation error for the German manufacturer's regional division, resulting in an absolute buying paradise for luxury-minded custom cruiser shoppers. Intended to boldly challenge traditional heavyweights, dealerships were forced to accept immense product allocations that completely choked floor space, only to watch buyers completely reject the platform's mid-control seating layout. Today, showrooms are highly desperate to clear out zero-mile original inventory, unleashing massive historic factory dealer incentives that slash prices down by thousands of dollars off original retail stickers. Showrooms are implementing deep financing promotions to drop monthly terms to near-zero interest parameters. The financial hemorrhage facing floor managers makes this beautifully finished machine one of the most heavily discounted premium assets across the power sports sector. With the used market completely flooded with low-mileage trade-ins driving residual margins through the floor, brand-new models are experiencing a spectacular fire sale. For any enthusiast who can appreciate its unique mechanical posture, it stands out as an elite luxury asset available for a fraction of its manufacturing value. Number 10, Harley-Davidson Street 500. The Harley-Davidson Street 500 has permanently transitioned into a massive liquid asset liability across dealership balance sheets, with floor managers completely willing to accept almost any lowball offer just to remove it from their sites. Initially deployed as a mass-produced introductory vehicle for factory riding academies, the market has become utterly saturated with used units that dealerships are legally forced to take back on trade-in contracts. Because the general biking public actively avoids the platform due to documented build quality shortcuts and cheap cosmetic finishes, floor stock remains completely stagnant for months. Eager buyers looking for a cheap urban runabout or a basic custom project can walk into any regional depot and secure these machines for literal pocket change. The bike offers basic functional entry-level features like low-slung ergonomics and a predictable power band. But because it completely lacks the metal substance and acoustic majesty of its larger siblings, its real-world market value has completely evaporated. If you are a beginner looking to practice your road skills without taking on heavy financial debt, this model represents the ultimate rock-bottom bargain across the contemporary street scene. Number 9, Indian FTR. The Indian FTR is a breathtaking visual masterpiece that has turned into a certified commercial disaster for regional dealer networks, triggering massive pricing cuts across global showrooms. While its flat-track racing style draws plenty of initial foot traffic, Potential buyers instantly back away from financing terms the moment they discover its restrictive 3.4-gallon fuel cell and highly abrupt throttle mapping. Showroom managers are watching these premium sport models age out on floor contracts, causing carrying interest charges to completely eat away at potential dealer profits. To break this logjam, dealerships are slashing prices dramatically, introducing massive factory rebates that wipe out standard retail margins entirely on its 1200cc liquid-cooled V-twin engine. Eager sport riders who want premium chassis components can now secure these high-spec machines for a fraction of their original factory sticker value. The bike comes factory-equipped with high-end, fully adjustable suspension modules, multi-piston braking assemblies, and a highly characterful trellis frame layout that handles curves beautifully. However, with dealerships aggressively trying to free up capital before the fiscal quarter closes, buyers hold all the leverage at the negotiating desk. Walking onto the showroom floor right now allows you to secure a high-performance machine at an absolute steal. Number 8. Suzuki Boulevard M109R. The Suzuki Boulevard M109R is causing widespread panic among independent dealership floor managers who find themselves permanently stuck with an unrefined, mid-2000s mechanical relic that contemporary power cruiser buyers refuse to purchase. Suzuki's persistent refusal to update its clumsy handling dynamics and notorious second-gear transmission vulnerabilities has completely poisoned its retail velocity across the modern market. As high carrying costs pile up on dealership books, floor managers are aggressively deploying steep, unadvertised cash rollbacks just to clear space for more fluid stock. The frantic hurry to dump the M109R stems from a growing dealer realization that its old-school chassis dynamics, highlighted by an aggressive 240mm rear tire that violently resists leaning into corners, make it an absolute showroom anchor. Eager enthusiasts who want massive, muscle-bound road presence without spending premium money are the absolute winners here, as sales managers are fully prepared to take a loss on inventory sheets. The bike offers a heavy-duty steel frame, distinct custom fairings, and an immense wall of raw torque, but its total lack of contemporary safety nets like traction control makes it highly intimidating to the average shopper. Dealerships are essentially liquidating this muscle bike, offering a rare opportunity to secure a high-displacement platform for almost nothing. Number 7. Triumph Trident 660. The Triumph Trident 660 is currently trapped in a massive retail gridlock across regional dealer networks, turning into a prime target for intense blowout discounts and dealer panic pricing. Launched to aggressively capture the entry-level naked sport market, dealerships took on immense inventory allocations, only to find themselves completely blindsided by a sudden consumer pivot toward highly competitive, locally produced twin-cylinder roadsters. Floor managers are panicking as columns of unsold crates fill up precious backlot storage real estate, forcing them to deploy massive factory financing incentives and direct cash rebates to break the sales freeze on its 660cc triple-cylinder liquid-cooled engine. Dealership financing units are offering near-zero interest terms and covering all initial registration and setup fees out of pocket, just to mark incoming units as sold on factory ledgers. The Trident features premium inclusions like multi-stage electronic riding modes, integrated switchable traction control, and a signature triple-cylinder howling soundtrack that delivers an incredibly engaging riding experience. Walking into a showroom right now allows you to leverage this overstock panic, walking away with a premium, high-spec naked bike at a fraction of its intended market value. Number 6. Harley-Davidson Nightster. The Harley-Davidson Nightster has turned into an absolute showroom nightmare for regional dealer networks, with inventory piling up to dangerous levels because brand purists collectively view it as a total betrayal of classic styling. When the brand discontinued the legendary air-cooled Evolution Sportster, dealerships were forced to load up on this liquid-cooled replacement, only to watch their core customer base completely reject its plastic body panels and underseat fuel cell. Floor managers are now in an absolute panic watching carrying costs skyrocket on a bike that sits culturally homeless while trying to market its high-revving 975cc Revolution Max liquid-cooled engine. Dealerships are aggressively offering extreme trade-in bonuses, waiving dealer prep fees entirely, and offering rock-bottom financing rates just to move these units out of storage facilities. The bike offers contemporary performance assets like selectable electronic riding modes, advanced cornering safety enhancements, and a lightweight chassis layout that handles urban environments with total agility. However, because it lacks the traditional metal sole and iconic low-end rumble that cruiser buyers demand, it remains an unsellable pariah on the floor. For the pragmatic rider who prioritizes modern tech over heritage design, this model represents an unmatched opportunity to secure a high-spec motorcycle for almost nothing. Number 5. Indian Scout Bobber. The Indian Scout Bobber is currently experiencing a severe retail crisis driven by extreme factory overproduction and absolute market oversaturation, leaving regional dealerships completely desperate to clear out heavy floor stock. Because the manufacturer flooded distribution channels with countless near-identical styling variations of this exact platform, the model completely lost its premium exclusivity, causing retail demand to fall off a cliff. The dealer panic is further intensified by a crashing used market, where low-mileage trade-ins are driving residual values straight into the floor, leaving shops with no choice but to drop brand-new prices to rock-bottom thresholds. Buyers who walk onto the floor right now can secure this aggressive blacked-out cruiser for an absolute song, leveraging unadvertised dealer incentives that completely erase traditional retail markups. The bike features iconic custom bobber styling, crisp electronic fuel injection, and a highly responsive chassis that looks fantastic under showroom spotlights. However, because its slammed rear suspension travel makes it a punishing ride over standard road ruts, buyers are quickly walking past it, leaving managers highly motivated to cut losses and write near-zero margin contracts to free up working capital today. Number 4. BMW K1600B. The BMW K1600B represents an incredibly expensive carrying liability for luxury dealerships this season, transforming into a prime target for massive, high-dollar panic discounting. This premium, high-end touring bagger carries a massive initial dealer invoice cost, meaning that every month a unit sits unsold on the floor. As consumer demand shifts sharply away from massive, heavy land yachts, floor managers are panicking, rolling out unadvertised luxury rebates that slice thousands off original factory sticker prices to move its colossal 1600cc inline-six liquid-cooled engine. The intense pressure to clear these flagship models makes it an incredible buying window for experienced long-distance touring enthusiasts who want ultimate luxury for a fraction of retail cost. Sales managers are fully prepared to waive freight and dealer setup fees entirely, while throwing in free factory luggage modules and premium navigation updates to finalize contracts. The motorcycle is an absolute touring masterpiece, featuring adaptive electronic suspension damping, reverse gear assist assemblies, and a glassy, vibration-free power delivery that glides across highways with ultimate majesty. However, because its immense physical scale and high overhead complexity limit its buying audience to a tiny demographic, shops are aggressively desperate to close deals. Number 3. Triumph Rocket 3. The Triumph Rocket 3 generates plenty of initial showroom excitement due to its planetary specifications, but it has turned into a massive inventory anchor that has regional dealerships completely panicking over stagnant capital. Floor managers quickly realize that while everyone wants to look at this massive muscle machine, almost nobody is willing to take on the massive weight, high maintenance overhead, and extreme operational heat that comes with owning it. The frantic hurry to clear out the Rocket 3 is driven heavily by the rapid approaching close of the model year, forcing shops to move high-value floor models before steep factory depreciation sets in permanently. Savvy buyers can walk into boutique showrooms right now and secure this muscle-bound behemoth with staggering cash discounts that completely erase traditional premium import markups. The bike offers jaw-dropping features, including a single-sided aluminum swing arm assembly, high-spec Brembo brakes, and an intoxicating wave of low-end torque that shatters records. However, because its sheer excess makes it a highly stressful machine to live with on a daily basis, dealerships are practically pleading with buyers to take them off the floor, offering an unmatched opportunity to own a legendary powerhouse for almost nothing. Number 2, Indian Challenger. The Indian Challenger has run into an incredibly hostile sales landscape this season, forcing premium dealerships into an absolute panic as these high-value luxury baggers sit completely unmoved on showroom floors. Built to aggressively dethrone traditional American touring icons, dealerships took on heavy financial allocations of this complex platform, only to watch core long-distance riders stick stubbornly to familiar legacy brands. The intense desperation inside dealership finance offices turns this advanced touring machine into one of the most compelling luxury bargains on the market today. Floor managers are fully prepared to offer deep trade-in bonuses and zero-down financing terms, completely absorbing delivery and prep overhead just to get these massive baggers off their ledger books. The Challenger comes factory-equipped with high-end features like an adjustable chassis layout, a comprehensive touchscreen entertainment center, and an incredibly rigid frame design that handles highway crosswinds with total poise. Stepping into a dealership right now allows you to secure a premium touring powerhouse at an absolute steal. Number 1, Harley-Davidson Sportster S. The Harley-Davidson Sportster S claims the absolute definitive top spot as the single most panicked-over motorcycle across regional dealership networks today, offering an unprecedented buying window for savvy bargain hunters. Dealerships are loaded with heavy overstock allocations of this modern muscle bike, because traditional cruiser buyers completely loathe its brutal 2-inch rear suspension travel and awkward clamshell riding posture. Floor managers are in an absolute frenzy as rows of these high-tech machines gather dust, forcing them to deploy desperate, rock-bottom clear-out pricing to move units, while utilizing its high-performance 1200cc Revolution Max 1250T liquid-cooled engine. Market tracking analytics confirm that the retail velocity of the Sportster S has completely flatlined, leaving dealerships stuck with an incredibly expensive high-tech computer on wheels that core enthusiasts refuse to purchase. The bike features cutting-edge amenities like cornering-enhanced safety suites, a gorgeous color TFT display module, and a lightweight chassis that delivers a blistering 121 horsepower. However, because its unyielding ride quality and heavy fat tire steering geometry alienate traditional buyers, it remains a severe commercial liability for shops. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.